The A to Z guide to Bordeaux wines. Today, the letter T, as in tasting. Horizontal and vertical tasting of Bordeaux wines. Hello, Elsa.
Hello.
You're going to talk to us about horizontal and vertical wine tasting.
Yes, a horizontal tasting means tasting different wines, but those which come from the same appellation and, most importantly, from the same vintage. This enables us to pick out differences between soils and also in wine growers' know-how, because the permanent feature for all the wines is the year, the vintage. All the wines are equal at the starting line. They have all enjoyed the same amount of sunshine, or contrarily, the same damp weather conditions, for example. So this will enable us to assess differences between them and the individual characteristics of each one.
So what is vertical tasting then?
For a vertical tasting, we will journey through time. Here, the subject will always be the same wine taken in different vintages. A vintage is the year of harvest, so this exercise, as well as being fun, will allow us to appraise the development of the wine. We'll see how its aromas and colours are developing.
Where can this type of tasting be done?
It's increasingly frequent. Wine shops, wine bars, and even the Bordeaux Wine School can give you an introduction. This kind of tasting can be done at home too, with some guests. You just have to be careful to hide the vintages on the labels so that it stays interesting. Differences from one vintage to another can be so blatant that for a vertical tasting, you can choose wines spaced 5 or 6 years apart, or even just 1 year apart.
So what recommendation would you give me?
It's a good idea to prepare a tasting grid for you and your guests. This will enable you to write down what you have observed while tasting, the visual part, as well as the olfactory and taste part. Above all, each person must be able to discuss and express his sensations in his own words.
Vertical or horizontal tasting, a journey through vintages or appellations. Now you know as much about Bordeaux wines as I do.